To learn about the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. So I'm back at the tiny house again today, and today it's very cold, so what better day to pick to install the wood stove? Now, in a previous video I showed you, we had placed the wood stove on our pavers. We had a 24-hour rain and my tarps leaked, so the floor got wet, so I had to move everything. Floor dried. Well, Carolyn came up here yesterday and she decided to do a little pattern with the pavers. The other thing I was thinking, it was good that it did rain because I decided to put our house wrap paper underneath the floor. There's gonna be a million reasons why I can't do that. And I understand, everybody wants to do it their way, and that's fine. The reason I'm not that concerned about it is Carolyn installed a wood stove in a mobile home trailer, and she just used regular bricks. And she didn't do anything underneath it. People are worried that the ambers are gonna fall down into the cracks of the pavers. There's always a reason why you can't do something, always. I'm not that concerned about it. First of all, we can simply find a sealant and we can seal these. I mean, if I have to, I can use grout. I'm not that concerned about it. We're gonna put a mat here. They have these fire resistant mats. We already decided to put a mat here. So if any ambers fall on it, it would fall on the mat. The other thing I was thinking about this house wrap, it's water resistant. So if we did have an amber on here, we could put water on it and I wouldn't really worry about the floor getting wet. The other thing I noticed about these pavers is when they got wet, the whole thing got wet. Internally, it went down inside. And so even if I brought in some wood that had snow on it and I laid it up here and the snow melted, that paper will protect it from rotting the floor out. Now today what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the stove back up here and then I'm going to actually install the chimney here. I showed that in a previous video. I already got a piece of it on and I got the box that I got to get set up into the attic. In that video I was showing you that the box is going to hang down quite a bit, I think 14 inches from the ceiling. The reason you have that box there is for protection, heat protection. But more specifically is so insulation and dirt and debris doesn't fall down inside and around the chimney. And all that becomes a combustible material. Now normally, you're supposed to have that box hang down from the ceiling 2 to 3 inches anyways. We're just gonna have it hang down a lot lower to ensure that we have all the protection we need up in the attic and I don't have to sit around worrying about, is it getting too hot up there, is something falling in? Now, the reason I say these kind of things is to address people who say you can't do something. I don't care if they're telling me I can't do it. I'm gonna do it anyways. It doesn't matter what they tell me I can or can't do. It's not that I'm aggravated. What I've tried to do is I try to inspire people that you can do things. So if you're telling me you can't do something, then I've not inspired you correctly. I've not done my job. So I'm trying to inspire you that you can do something. You just got to think about how to take all the safety precautions and why you're doing this and why you're doing that. And you can do it relatively inexpensively. You know, $5,000 and we're gonna have this magnificent home that I'm absolutely looking forward to moving in. It's 200 square feet. Well, it's actually 196 square feet. And I can't wait to get in here. Now, most people, oh, I want my mansion. I want my tiny house. All right, I'm gonna get started. All right, so to give you an idea of what I'm doing here, I've got my stove almost where I want it. I think I want to scoot it back just a little. I'm allowed to have 8 inches from here to here, but I'm also going to have a metal plate that's going to stick out about 1 inch from the wall. So basically 9 inches from this here to here is where I got to be. So it's almost there. Then I've put in my single wall pipe, which is this, and trying to get this together is just insane because it comes in a split. You can open it up, it's opened, and so you got to wrestle with it to get that to come back in. I've got a previous video on that. And then you have your attic box. Up here, I would like to get it as close to the roof as possible. That way, insulation and things doesn't fall in. But I still got to have working room. So what I've decided to do is on this side, the lowest side, I'm gonna raise it 7 more inches. Well, in order to do that, that means I gotta have another pipe here. So I'm gonna have to make a cut on this pipe. I don't have 10 snips, but I do have a grinder, an electric grinder that I can run off my generator. Remember, we're off grid, so I don't have a lot of electric. Solar panels and generators, that's it. And I'm gonna use my grinder, I'm gonna make that cut. And then I'm gonna take the pipe off here and put the first cut piece at the first step, and then I can just slide everything else right into it. Right here, I got it right up to the edge of the rafter. Now all I gotta do is frame it around the other 3 sides. Okay, I'm gonna do this outside so I don't catch anything on fire inside. Make sure you wear your safety glasses. This is gonna throw out a lot of sparks. Okay, so now I've got it all assembled, well, sitting in place, ready to be assembled. I got the 3 single wall stovepipes. I've got this in its right location, and it's about 11 inches below the ceiling. Once I get the drywall in place, it'll be about 11 inches below. It's supposed to be 2 to 3 inches, but I don't think it's gonna look bad. I think it's gonna look really nice. That just gives me a couple inches right there in between the ceiling, or the roof, I'm sorry, and the attic box. Now all I gotta do is build a 2x4 box around this. Okay, so as you can see, I got the box permanently attached now. Well, all of it, the flue and the attic box. You can see that I got the boards going around it. Everything's screwed in. I got the screws down here at the stove attached. I got screws going through the box into the wood. So now for the moment of truth, the thing that I've been dreading the most is I got to cut a hole in the roof. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crawl up in the attic, and there's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches of space in there. I'm going to hang my chalk line from the roof and find center of the pipe underneath. And so this will run down, and then once I find center, I can mark a hole up in the roof, drill that hole. All right, so now I'm back up on the roof. The shadowing is going to be really bad. I'm not going to have good lighting. I have just stuck a little twig right here, so I didn't lose my hole from underneath side. And so now I'm going to take my chalk line, I'm going to put a screw in this hole, and I'm going to put a chalk line 6 inches out, and I'm just going to make a circle. And then I'll cut it out with my jigsaw. The pipe does fit, the chimney, the flue, whatever you want to call it. I gotta make the hole a little bigger. I gotta make it 2 inches away from the pipe, according to code. So I gotta make another cut, but that's no big deal. That'll only take a second. So I'm very excited this all worked out. I was told the other day that I can't have a wood stove. Insurance won't cover me. And I find that funny. I can't have insurance. They're not going to insure this thing. It's $5,000. There's several code violations that if I were to have code, there are several code violations that I have that the insurance company probably isn't going to insure anyway. So having a wood stove doesn't mean anything to me when it comes to insurance. This is where financial responsibility comes in at, and that's what I've been trying to teach for years now, is don't overextend yourself. Don't rely on other people. Don't think, okay, I got to have $1 million mansion and insurance, and how am I going to afford it all? Oh, I can't have wood stove. I can't have the things I like because everybody's telling me what I can and can't have. I have an emergency fund. If this thing burns down, I will just replace it, build another one, build a better one. I'll be better at it. I'll know how to do it. So the only thing that I would worry about when it comes to insurance is my valuables, but I don't have any valuables that I'm really that concerned about. You know, we don't have fancy jewelries and a lot of collections or anything. We don't have a lot of space for that, and that's what minimalization is all about. When you minimize your life, life becomes less stressful. You don't have to have insurance. Things are easily replaced. You know, a $5,000 house, oh, Dad, just build another one. Who can say that? Oh, I'll just build another one. But that's what we're going to do. So don't let things like insurance discourage you from living your dream. If you just think outside the box, you can do it. I hope I can encourage you to think outside the box so you can live your dream. Thanks for watching.